Once you get off the interstate and leave the urban sprawl of the city behind you, America is really just a series of small towns. One after another, you drive by on your way to somewhere else. People in places you'd never know or see slip past unnoticed, and without any real consideration, unless you stop. It's in the small towns where America's heart beats and her dreams take root. The city slickers say small town, small mind, but it's here in the small towns where the true individual rises up and affects real change, locally and beyond. You just need to stop, look, and listen.
Shake these bones from their place.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
Hold on to the sound.
Alright if I ride?
Escapes. How do I know why?
Todd Givens has long fought for the acceptance and facilitation of skateboarding in his small town of Whitehall, Arkansas. Kicked out and harassed wherever they skated, Todd and his friends soon ran out of places to ride. Instead of giving up, he decided to do something about it. He built his own skate park in the driveway of his family's home. Skaters come from all over town and from surrounding areas to ride with Todd at his homemade skate park. And the skate scene in Whitehall has prospered.
Yeah.
And now people are starting to take notice.
You guys always have a good heavy session like this?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day. It's never me.
That's what I like to hear, man. Never solo, huh? Always got guys to ride with. That's good.
That's cool. Like when I first came here, nobody. And then now skateboarding scene's getting like really good and I'm really happy.
And it's here on this street. The skate scene's booming.
Yep.
Amazing.
That's it. And this all just started, right? You know, when I moved here, started building these ramps, it just all started. And that's the amount of 2 years.
That's the beginning of the skate scene. Yeah, it's right there. So you guys have new guys coming in all the
time?
time?
All the time. I mean, I'll be sitting here and little kids will just come around the corner, you know? Just, I mean, like a whole pack of them.
Some guys' first experiences on a skateboard are your driveway.
Yeah. Or they just watch, you know, learn from me, learn from all these people. You know, there's a lot of people coming around.
So you got guys just sitting out hanging out, and then maybe a week later they come back and they try here.
Yeah, you know, first they're a little nervous, and then they get to where
any of these guys like, you know, hang out for a little bit, or is this your main crew right here?
No, some of them I haven't seen. Some people's first here today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. And yeah, I got people coming in from all over. You know, they'll be calling up, say, "Yeah, when we gonna skate? You know, I want to skate your stuff."
You should start charging admission, man.
I'd probably make a bunch, huh? Yeah. It's basically all for fun, no money.
So you got a couple boxes, a couple kick ramps, some rails. I saw a couple quarter pipes.
There
you go.
Ramp.
It's a regular skate park.
Yep.
That's cool.
My yard, skated every day.
That's
Don't
awesome.
have to worry about getting kicked out. Just come out and skate every morning.
Is there any plan to like use this momentum you have here and maybe try and work towards having an actual skate park built here in the town?
Yeah, there actually is. I got a bunch of people to sign like a petition saying that they want a skate park, and I got about 167 people to sign in one day. I just went to the mayor, brought the idea, and he's like, let's do it.
Really?
I just don't know how to do it, but I'll figure it out. He said, grants, it's gonna take a while. He's gonna build it, it's just not gonna be tomorrow. I was stoked. I mean, I couldn't get any better than that.
Yeah, man, that's great.
And
that's great.
He just wanted me to help out with everything that I could,
Well, the main thing now is just to be persistent and consistent too. Consistent in the sense that like you're always feeding new information. I mean, you got to do some of the legwork yourself, and give him the information he needs to make this process happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I go up there about every other week and talk to him about new plans. I print out stuff from the internet, just.
Do you think there's other guys your age that are going in to see the mayor on a regular basis?
I don't know anybody who's done it, but I'm sure there's people that'll do it for their town.
It has to mean something to him to have a young person like yourself come in and present an idea. Yeah. I mean, what other walk of life, what other thing that young people pursue would drive a person like yourself? You know what I mean? Like you ended up in the mayor's office having a sit-down conversation with him to get a skate park built. That's a pretty amazing thing. That is really cool.
He thinks it's just great that people are starting out, getting involved in something positive. And
has he come by here?
Oh yeah, he's came by here.
Really?
He's talked to me and everything. He's like, yeah, you guys got quite a setup here. I mean, he's going to the fullest. He's going, taking pictures of skate park, telling me, is this good? Is that good? He's trying to learn, so.
So this is kind of like ground zero right here. This is the beginning.
It's the beginning right here.
This is the beginning, but there's the next phase. The next phase, is breaking ground on a public skate park. You're gonna play a role in that, man. That's pretty cool.
Actually, I had no clue that I would start a new era of skateboarding in Whitehall, Arkansas. I figured, regulars come around. I didn't picture anything like this,
Well, it's funny because it truly is the very spirit of skateboarding is, the whole do-it-yourself mentality, It takes an individual like yourself to start that process. I mean, this is homemade. This is do-it-yourself. But look, man, you guys got a skate scene. You guys got a day in, day out, buddies showing up, everybody hanging out, having a good time. I mean, this is what it's all about, man. It's great to see it. I wish I'd see it more. Feels right to me. It just feels right, and this is what I grew up doing right here. This is, I feel like I'm at home right now.
Yep, just a bunch of people having good, clean fun. It's all about having fun. That's what skateboarding is. I wouldn't do it for any other reason.
Yeah.
Instead of drugs or anything bad like that, I mean, there's nothing to do in the city, so get a lot of people out of doing that stuff.
Is there a drug problem around here?
Bad.
Really?
I mean, around school, that's the big thing.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Just boredom. Boredom,
Yep. And I mean, if they start out with something that's actually a good skate park that you can ride, I mean, people are gonna get out of that, Or that's my goal.
I think that's a decent goal, man. I think what you got going here is a righteous thing. And I wish you luck in pursuing it to its end.
Thanks.
Watch out, buddy.
Astorga's getting hooked
Oh,
up.
dang. Oh,
Dude, that's one. Thanks.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right, who else has got something to complain about?
Me!
What's this? I just need a whole new board.
Look at merch.
Yeah, well, we might want to remedy that. Yeah, no problem. Alright, want to do some hard talk? I need the truck though.
Todd took it upon himself to make something happen. His do-it-yourself mentality is the spirit of skateboarding, and he is living proof that an individual can make a difference. In his town, on his street, amongst him and his friends, skateboarding thrives because Todd saw a need, heard a calling, and rose to the challenge. Hammond, Louisiana is an hour outside of both New Orleans and Baton Rouge. After Hurricane Katrina, its population nearly doubled overnight, but its new citizens did not bring the big city to Hammond. Instead, they adopted Hammond's more casual and comfortable lifestyle. While Hammond is not a major city or tourist hotbed, it has earned the distinction of being the skateboard capital of Louisiana, thanks to the efforts of two local skaters, Kerry Simpson and Neal. Together they have created a skate scene in Hammond like no other in the state. Hammond is home to the first public cement skate park in Louisiana, and since its creation, Kerry and Neal have seen skateboarding thrive in their small community.
It's the skate capital of Louisiana. How did that happen?
Me and my partner Chris, we built an indoor park about 4.5 years ago. We kept that going for a while, put a shop in there, built things up, got more kids into skating. They actually had a place to go and skate for once.
Right.
Eventually got the money to move the shop into downtown and started working towards getting a public park.
Was it the actual building of the public cement park that made this area really spring up as far as the skate scene?
Yes, definitely. Like when I first moved to Hammond, met Neal and a few other guys, I mean, it was probably 5 to 10 active skateboarders. And then once the ball got rolling to get the public park built,
Exploded.
you can't be a kid, walk past the park without wanting to try it. You know? I don't care what your thing is, if your buddy's telling you, oh yeah, the skate park's cool, and you drive by and see that thing, like that monstrosity of a concrete wonderland,
And another thing really
you want to do it.
that added on to just blowing up the scene as big as it is right here was unfortunately the hurricane. And so it was kind of when Katrina hit, you know, New Orleans and so many of the parishes around there were just destroyed. And Hammond got a lot of wind and some wind damage and stuff. We don't flood out like we did nothing compared to those other parishes. Our skate population just immediately, you know, got bigger. So it was.
So you're saying that people left New Orleans and came to live here?
Well, all over, really.
Yeah.
Mississippi, Alabama, like all over. I mean, people were in such a bad situation, they had to come somewhere.
You know, for like everybody that was affected by the hurricanes, I'm bummed that they were affected by them, but I'm very glad that they're here. Kerry and I would skate here years ago, and it would be me and Kerry and just a few other people riding by ourselves. And now we've got just this massive scene.
Every year, you know, so much money's money's appropriated and so much is set aside for recreation. And right now, the skate park's definitely getting a lot of love from that. And we're super thankful.
Yeah, we got a great mayor and a lot of really good councilmen that are just completely behind the park. You know, they were told that if the park was built, you know, they would come and it happened. And honestly, it happened better than I expected it to. Like, I was like, man, what happens if we build this, we get this dreamland park, and like 6 of us skated every day.
And it's,
but you know,
funny
that's happening in other communities.
Yeah.
You know, is that, I mean, honestly, I mean, there's places where there's guys have these great skate parks and nobody's using them. I mean, so what makes it different here? What have you guys done differently as far as building your community to make it so that there's a foundation there so that the park is happening, that the scene is happening?
I believe the fact that we, I'll say we, just being older skateboarders, not having anything, when we were kids, nothing to look, you know, rely on as far as besides putting your board on the ground and going.
Right.
Now that we've got something, we want it to happen, want it to stay here and push and definitely preach a little bit to the kids that
push skateboarding,
you've got to do this, or you need to keep this straight. You know, you need to take care of your park, you need to take care of your scene.
Right.
And make sure that as the scene grows, it's not oppressed by anything. Like telling kids, you know, there's more of you now, so when you're street skating and that cop says, hey, you can't be here, just deal with it, walk away.
We both push skateboarding, we talk it, it's all we talk about with each other and with anybody else. But like, one thing is with the website, I gotta bring up the website, is that we wanted to make like a magazine. It's updated almost daily, so all the kids and adult skaters know what's going on in town. And then we have a forum in there, and so all the kids talk to each other, and all the adults talk to each other.
Right.
Everybody is completely active, so even if they're not out here skating, they can still go home and be a part of the Hammond scene.
Right.
And
it's a positive thing.
It's a very positive thing.
You don't see this type of community, this type of unity within a community. I mean, you guys don't really seem to have cliques or different segregated groups of skaters. It's like
cliques aren't allowed.
It's like come one, come all. Everyone's in it together.
And we try to pound that in their head that that's the way it's supposed to be.
If you got a board, that's the clique. You know, if you skate, you're in the family.
Well, I feel you on that one, but you know, things changed on me somewhere along the way.
With you know, us having a younger skateboard community, I guess, as far as this, you know, this big of a scene now, we've got the opportunity to kind of mold things.
It's a pretty amazing opportunity we have as older skaters, that we have these little brothers, that we have this instant connection with these young people.
Definitely.
And with that comes this responsibility to, like, you know, guide them in the right way and, you know, keep them accountable, you know.
Exactly.
I personally thrive on it. So, I mean, I can relate to where you guys are coming from, you know. I mean, everything you guys are saying, I think it makes for a pretty unique situation here, you know. And it's rad for me to see it, because what's playing out here in Hammond is the kind of thing that I've been talking about, trying to bring to the forefront everywhere I go in my travels, and that is, you know, the idea of making your scene your scene. You know, it starts locally and then it spreads, you know, and I see that happening here, and it's just so exciting for me. And I think you guys have such a great opportunity. You know, I mean, it's not even an opportunity, it's happening. You guys are doing it. You are making something happening. You're making something happen for yourselves, and it's also something that's going to get passed on to the next generation of skaters. The skate scene in Hammond is an example for other towns to follow. When a community bands together and rallies around a common need, when caring individuals step up and lead the way, anything is possible. When a small town, a suburb of the state's larger cities, can become the epicenter of skateboarding in its region, there is hope for other towns and cities everywhere.
South is bound by a ribbon of highway, connecting small town to small town. The skaters that populate the region are connected and in tune with each other. Beyond local pride, there is a regional pride in building a skate scene that keeps the skaters of the South in constant communication. Skate spots, ideas, and information are shared, and the scene continues to grow and prosper. Once an area void of attention in the skate world, the South is emerging as a promising and progressive skate scene. In passing, maybe nothing appears to be happening in these small towns, unless you stop, look, and listen.